COVID-19 కారణంగా విద్యకు దూరమైన ప్రభుత్వ పాఠశాలల విద్యార్థులకు శుభవార్త. శ్రీ పొట్టి శ్రీరాములు నెల్లూరు జిల్లా కలెక్టర్ శ్రీ ఎంవి శేషగిరిబాబు గారు మరియు జిల్లా ఎస్పీ శ్రీ భాస్కర్ భూషణ్ గారి సూచనల మేరకు 8, 9వ తరగతులు చదువుతున్న విద్యార్థులకు రెమెడియల్ తరగతులను జిల్లా విద్యాశాఖాధికారి మరియు డిపిసి సమగ్ర శిక్ష శ్రీ ఎం జనార్దనాచార్యులు మరియు ఏపీసీ సమగ్ర శిక్ష డాక్టర్ వి బ్రహ్మానందరెడ్డి గార్ల పర్యవేక్షణలో ప్రతిరోజు ఉదయం 11 గంటల నుండి 12 గంటల వరకు 9వ తరగతి మరియు ప్రతిరోజు సాయంత్రం 3 గంటల నుండి 4 గంటల వరకు 8వ తరగతికి సంబంధించిన భౌతిక రసాయన శాస్త్రములలో పాఠ్యాంశాలు ప్రసారమగును. ఈ అవకాశాన్ని విద్యార్థులు సద్వినియోగపరచుకోగలరు.
Hi children, welcome to the Andhra Pradesh government online classes SPSR Nellore district. So we do so many works in our daily life situations, that means day to day life, like playing games, reading books and watching TV, so many etc. So all these in general situation we call it as we are doing some works. మనం ప్రతిరోజు ఎన్నో పనులు చేస్తూ ఉంటాం, ఇంటి దగ్గర ఆడుకుంటూ ఉంటాం, టీవీ చూస్తూ ఉంటాం, పుస్తకాలు చదువుతూ ఉంటాం, ఇలా రకరకాల పనులు చేస్తూ ఉంటాం కదా. మరి వీటిలన్నిటినీ మనం జనరల్గా మనం పని చేస్తున్నాము అని చెప్పి పిలుస్తూ ఉంటాం. సో సాధారణంగా we call in generally work, energy and power, all these things we can use in different situations. So all these are exactly the work. What is exactly the work meaning? అసలు పని అంటే ఏంటి, శక్తి అంటే ఏంటి, తర్వాత ఈ పని శక్తి అనేటువంటివి మనం ఉపయోగిస్తున్నటువంటి భాషకి సైంటిఫిక్ భాషకి ఏమైనా తేడా ఉంది. సరే, ఇప్పుడు మనం వాటి గురించి డీటెయిల్గా తెలుసుకుందాం. సో లెట్ us discuss about work and energy in detail. So now the topic is work and energy, పని మరియు శక్తి. So what is the exact meaning of work in physics? మన భౌతిక శాస్త్రంలో పని అంటే ఏంటి? So see here, now I am trying to push this whiteboard by applying some force. నేను కొంత బలాన్ని ఉపయోగించి దీన్ని నెట్టడానికి ప్రయత్నిస్తున్నాను. So is there any work done? Right. So a boy is trying to push a car or a jeep, but it doesn't move. ఒక జీప్ని నెట్టడానికి ఒక అబ్బాయి ప్రయత్నిస్తూ ఉన్నాడు, కానీ అది కదలట్లేదు. సో హీ డజంట్ హ్యావ్ దట్ క్యాపబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ పుష్ ద కార్. కాబట్టి దాన్ని నెట్టేటువంటి శక్తి ఆ పిల్లవాడికి లేదు. అక్కడ పని జరిగిందంటామా? రైట్. సో సీ హియర్, జస్ట్ ఐ అప్లై సమ్ ఫోర్స్ ఆన్ దిస్ పెన్. సో ఇట్ మూవ్స్ ఫ్రమ్ దిస్ పొజిషన్ టు దిస్ పొజిషన్. సీ హియర్, సో ఇట్ మూవ్స్. So is it what is the difference? Rather before we discussed about applying force on the wall and also applying force on the jeep. What is and the applying force on this pen? Right. See here the exact definition. So in physics we said that the work is done when we apply a force on any body. If that body gets displaced along the line of force, then only we can say that force is acting some work. So the work is done there. ఏదైనా ఒక వస్తువు మీద మనం కనుక కొంత బలాన్ని ప్రయోగించినప్పుడు ఆ వస్తువులో కొంత స్థానభ్రంశం పొందితేనే అక్కడ పని జరిగింది అని చెప్పి మన సైంటిఫిక్గా మనం చెప్పుకుంటాం. సో it must have to apply two conditions. One is the force must be acted upon the object. So a force must be act on the object. Second one, so it must gets displaced. అది కొంత దూరం ఒక చోటుని ఇంకో చోటికి ఖచ్చితంగా అది కదిలిపోవాలి. సో ఇట్ మస్ట్ బి get displaced. అది స్థానభ్రంశం చెందాలి. సో మొట్టమొదటిదేమో దానిపైన ఎంతో కొంత బలం పనిచేయాలి. సెకండ్ వన్, అది స్థానభ్రంశం చెంది ఉండాలి. వస్తువు స్థానభ్రంశం చెందాలి. ఈ రెండు కండిషన్స్ అప్లై అయితే మనం ఫిజిక్స్లో వీ కెన్ సెట్ దట్ ద వర్క్ ఈజ్ డన్ దేర్. సో ఇఫ్ వీ అప్లై ఫోర్స్ ఆన్ ద బాడీ, ఇఫ్ డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ ఈజ్ నాట్ డన్ దేర్, వీ కెన్ సెట్ దట్ దెర్ ఈజ్ నో వర్క్ డన్ హియర్. రైట్. సో ఏ మ్యాన్ ఈజ్ కీపింగ్ సమ్ వెయిట్ ఆన్ హిస్ హెడ్ అండ్ జస్ట్ స్టాండింగ్ దేర్. కొంత వెయిట్ అనేది తలపైన పెట్టుకొని అలా నిలబడి ఉన్నాడు. ఆఫ్టర్ సమ్ టైమ్ he loses some energy. Is there work done? No. Why? So there is no change in the position of the person or on the weight. So he just stand and he keeping the weight on his head. తలపైన పెట్టుకొని ఆ వస్తువుని అలా ఉన్నాడు అంతే. వస్తువు అనేటువంటి స్థానభ్రంశం పొందలేదు. ఆ వస్తువు తలపైన అలాగే ఉంది, ఆ వెయిట్ అనేటువంటిది. రైట్. సో ఏ మ్యాన్ ఈజ్ కీపింగ్ సమ్ వెయిట్స్ ఫ్రమ్ గ్రౌండ్ టు ద పుట్టింగ్ దట్ దోస్ వెయిట్స్ ఆన్ ద లారీ. కొన్ని వస్తువుని తీసి లారీలోకి ఎక్కిస్తూ ఉన్నాడు. అక్కడ పని జరిగిందంటామా? రైట్. సో హియర్ ద వర్క్ ఈస్ డన్. ఎందుకని కింద ఉన్నటువంటి వస్తువుని కాస్త తీసి పైన పెడుతున్నాం, అక్కడ స్థానభ్రంశం అనేటువంటిది జరిగింది. సో నౌ వీ కెన్ డిఫైన్ మ్యాథమెటికల్లీ ద వర్క్ ఈజ్ ద ప్రోడక్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్స్ force into its displacement. So we can write work as the product of its force and displacement. So we can write mathematically W is equal to F into S. Here F is called force and S is called displacement. F is the force acting on the body and S is displacement. F is displacement. Right. So now we can see the units for work. What are the units? So we know that units for force is Newton and units for displacement is meter. So బలానికి ప్రమాణాలు ఏమో న్యూటన్స్, దూరానికి ప్రమాణాలు వచ్చి మీటర్. కాబట్టి సో వీ కెన్ రైట్ న్యూటన్ మీటర్ యాజ్ ద యూనిట్స్ ఫర్ వర్క్. సో యూనిట్స్ ఫర్ వర్క్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు న్యూటన్ మీటర్. బలానికి ప్రమాణాలు న్యూటన్ మీటర్గా చెప్పుకుంటాము. న్యూటన్ మీటర్. So this is also called as joule. This is also called as joule. So on the honor of the scientist who worked on this named as the units for work as joule. కాబట్టి దీనిపైన పనిచేసినటువంటి శాస్త్రవేత్త పేరు మీదుగా దానికి జౌల్ అని పేరు పెట్టడం జరిగింది. మరి ఇప్పుడు జౌల్ అంటే ఏంటి? సో హౌ కెన్ వీ డిఫైన్ ద జౌల్? Right. So when we apply a force on a body equivalent to 1 Newton, if it displaces 1 meter distance. So when we apply the force on the body equivalent to 1 Newton, so if it displaces 1 meter, the work done there is called as 1 joule. ఏదైనా ఒక వస్తువు పైన ఒక న్యూటన్ బలాన్ని ప్రయోగించామనుకోండి, అది 1 మీటర్ దూరం కనుక వస్తువుని జరిపినట్లయితే అక్కడ ఎంత పని జరిగింది అంటామంటే అక్కడ 1 జౌల్ పని జరిగింది అని చెప్పి పిలుస్తాం. ఇఫ్ n ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 న్యూటన్, F ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 న్యూటన్ అండ్ S ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 మీటర్, W ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు F ఇంటూ S, సో దట్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 ఇంటూ 1 ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 1 జౌల్. 1 joule. Right. So, let us discuss about it briefly. So, what is 1 Newton's force? So, if I lifted up 1 kg weight on my hand, so how much force is applicable on the book when we lifted up it on my hand? So, we know that from Newton's formula, F is equal to ma. F is equal to ma. So, I am lifting the book overcoming the gravitational force. ఇక్కడ గురుత్వాకర్షణ బలానికి వ్యతిరేకంగా బుక్ని పైకెత్తుతున్నాను. సో ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ ఐ ఆమ్ యూజింగ్ యాక్సెలరేషన్, సో వీ కెన్ యూజ్ ద గ్రావిటీ, సో దట్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు m into g, mg. సో వీ నో దట్ g ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 9.8 meter per second square. So let us round it off it to 10 meter per second square. So I am lifting 1 kg mass of the book. So m is equal to 1 kg. So now how much force is applicable here is F is equal to m into g, 1 kg into 10 meter per second square. 1 kg into 10 meter per second square is equal to 10 Newton's force. So for anybody, if he lifts up 10 kg weight, means he is applying 1 Newton's force on it. So similarly, if we lift up 2 kg weight, how much force we are applying there? So nothing but 2 kg means 2 kg into gravitational force is gravity 10 meter per second square is equal to 20 Newtons. 20 Newtons. So this is about force, right? So what is about joule? So if I displace 1 kg weight or push up 1 kg weight from the position to just I lift it up into 10 centimeters height. So the book displaced to 10 centimeters height. 10 centimeter height కి దాన్ని బుక్ని పైకి తీసాం. So here the displacement of the book is S is equal to 10 centimeters. So by converting into meters, that is equal to 10 by 100 is equal to 1 by 10 meters. So how much work is done here? So work is equal to force into S. So how much force we are applying to lift up 1 kg weight is nothing but 10 Newtons. So 10 into displacement is 1 by 10 meters, 10 cancels equivalent to 1 joule. So just when we lift up 1 kg weight from the position to at up to 10 centimeters, there we done work is equivalent to 1 joule. అక్కడ మనం ఎంత పని చేసినట్లు 1 జౌల్ పని మనం చేసినట్లుగా చెప్పుకోవచ్చు అనమాట. ఇలా మనం ఉన్నటువంటి డైలీ లైఫ్ సిచ్యువేషన్స్కి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసుకుంటూ దాన్ని ఉన్నటువంటిది ఆ జౌల్ అంటే ఏంటి, న్యూటన్స్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఇవన్నీ కొంచెం కాంక్రీట్ వర్డ్స్, కొంచెం అర్థం అవడానికి కొంచెం జనరల్గా చెప్పేస్తే కొంచెం కష్టంగా ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి వీ కెన్ అప్లై ఇట్ ఆన్ డిఫరెంట్ సిచ్యువేషన్స్. సో రైట్, సో లెట్ us go back to the work. So if a girl is pulling a toy car, with the help of a thread, ఒక దారం పెట్టుకొని టాయ్ కార్ను లాక్కుంటూ వెళ్తూ ఉంది అనుకుందాం ఒక అమ్మాయి. She is applying the force in this direction, but in what direction the car moves? So it moves in this direction. So it gets displaced in this direction, but we are applying the force in this direction. A girl is trying to pull the car with the help of a thread. So that means she is applying force in this direction with the help of thread, but the car moves in this direction. So displacement gets in the direction of this one, this side, and but she applies the force on this direction. So there is no, it is not moving along the direction of the force. So let us take the angle between the applied force and the displacement as theta. So how can we calculate this amount of work done here? So the work done here is nothing but we can calculate with W is equal to Fs cos theta. Fs cos theta. ఇప్పుడు దాకా మనం ఏం చెప్పుకున్నాము? సో ఇఫ్ వి అప్లై ద ఫోర్స్ అలాంగ్ ద డైరెక్షన్ ఆఫ్, ఇఫ్ ద ఆబ్జెక్ట్ మూవ్స్ అలాంగ్ ద డైరెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫోర్స్, వీ కెన్ యూజ్ దిస్ ఫార్ములా F into S. But here the situation is different. We are applying in one direction, but the car moves in another direction. మనం ఒకవైపు బలాన్ని ప్రయోగిస్తున్నాం, కారు అనేటువంటిది ఇంకోవైపు వెళ్తుంది. మరి ఇప్పుడు ఎంత పని జరిగింది? ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఈక్వలెంట్ టు ద వర్క్ విచ్ ఈజ్ క్యాలిక్యులేటెడ్ బై దిస్ ఫార్ములా. So not the total force is not gets utilized for displacement of the car. So some part of the force is utilized to move the car. But how can we calculate the displacement? How much work is done there in the displacement? So by using the formula Fs cos theta. So both directions are different. So work is a scalar quantity. పని అనేటువంటిది అదిశరాశి, దానికి దిశ అయితే ఉండదు. So we can't define the particular direction for the work. So that is called as scalar. So work is scalar. Work is scalar. So we can calculate the magnitude of the work by the formula Fs cos theta. Fs cos theta. So if the force applying in this direction, but it moves in this direction, this is S and this is F, the angle between the two vectors is theta. So if theta is acute, theta is acute, theta is acute, that means it is less than 90 degrees, less than 90 degrees. So the work done is said to be the positive work. The work done is said to be the positive work. అక్కడ జరిగినటువంటి పనిని ధనాత్మక పని అని చెప్పి పిలుస్తాం. ఎందుకంటే ఏ వైపు అయితే మనం ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేస్తామో లెస్ దాన్ అటువైపు, ఆ డైరెక్షన్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్గా అటువైపు కాకపోయినా ఆ సైడే అది మూవ్ అవుతుంది. దట్ మీన్స్ ద ఎనర్జీ ఇంక్రీజ్డ్ ద ఆబ్జెక్ట్. So energy of the object increases when the angle between the force and the displacement is less than 90, that is acute angle. So their energy exchanges. When we apply a force on the body, the force which is applicable on the body gets accelerated or gets energy. దానికి శక్తి లభిస్తుంది, కొంత శక్తి అది తీసుకుంటుంది. So who did the work? Who applied the force? Which object applied the force on the body? It loses the energy. ఏదైతే పని చేయడానికి ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేస్తున్నామో ఆ బాడీ ఖచ్చితంగా ఎనర్జీ లాస్ అవుతుంది. సో ఏ వస్తువు అయితే అక్కడ డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ చెందుతుందో పాజిటివ్ వర్క్ జరిగినప్పుడు ఇట్ గెట్స్ ద ఎనర్జీ. సో హియర్ ద ఎనర్జీ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ అకర్స్. సో two things. One is energy lost by the object which is acted force on the other object. Second one, energy gains by the object which is doing work. ఏదైతే పని జరిగిందో అక్కడ దానికి శక్తి అందించబడుతుంది, ఏదైతే పని చేస్తుందో అది శక్తి ఇవ్వబడుతుంది, కాబట్టి దాని శక్తి తగ్గుతుంది. సో ఇన్ పాజిటివ్ వర్క్ ద ఎనర్జీ గెయిన్డ్ బై ద ఆబ్జెక్ట్. బట్ ఇఫ్ theta is greater than 90, if theta is obtuse, that means greater than 90 degrees, what happens? So there we said to be the work done is negative work. So this is positive work. So here we said to be negative work. Here we said to be negative work. So we can see the day-to-day life examples in negative work also. When we throw a ball up to some height, when we throw a ball up to some height, What are we observation? So the ball moving up to some height and then it fall down again. So when we observe carefully, if it is moving from bottom to top, it gets decelerated. So the velocity of the object decreases. పైకి పోయే కొద్ది ఏమవుతుంది, దాని వెలాసిటీ అనేటువంటిది తగ్గిపోతూ ఉంటుంది. ఎట్ మ్యాక్సిమం హైట్ ఇట్ గెట్స్ ద జీరో వెలాసిటీ. అన్నిటికంటే ఎత్తు ప్రదేశానికి చేరినప్పుడు, మ్యాక్సిమం హైట్కి చేరినప్పుడు దాని వెలాసిటీ ఎంత అవుతుందంటే జీరో అవుతుంది. సో హియర్ ద బాడీ మూవ్స్ in from when we throw a ball, it moves from bottom to top. So it moves in the direction, displacement direction is this, and the force is acting, gravitational force is acting in the downward direction. So gravitational force is acting in the downward direction, but the object moves in upward. So in this situation, that's why the energy of the object decreases. So in negative work, the energy of the object which we done the work, that energy also decreases. So another example, when we apply a brakes on the moving car or a bike, it stops. So energy of the bike and car also decreases. So this is also a negative work. So here also negative work. So on that situation, in negative work, we write the formula W is equal to minus F into S. So work has the sign. It doesn't have the direction, but work have the sign plus and minus. So if positive work is done, we can write W is as Fs. F into S for positive work, minus F into S for negative work. So when we said the work is zero, work done is zero. So we already discussed in the previous. So I am applying force on this whiteboard, but it doesn't move. So by applying the force, if displacement is zero, there we said that work done is zero. First situation. Second one, if we doesn't apply any force on the object, it doesn't move. Here also work done is zero. And third situation, so in W is equal to Fs cos theta, if theta is equal to 90 degrees, if theta is equal to 90 degrees, here also the work done is zero. So the example for this, our earth is rotating around the sun in a circular path or elliptical path. So here the velocity of the object is in this direction, tangent direction. So centripetal force acting on the object is towards the center, equivalent to 90 degrees. Here it doesn't stop the object. Why? Because the angle between the velocity and displacement and the force is 90 degrees, centripetal force 90 degrees. So that's why it just changes its direction. It doesn't get accelerated and it doesn't stops. So it doesn't gains the energy nor decrease the energy. That's why it completely rotating continuously around the sun. అందుకనే మనకు సూర్యుని చుట్టూ భూమి తిరుగుతూనే ఉంటుంది. దాని యాక్సలరేషన్ పెరగడం కానీ తగ్గడం కానీ, వెలాసిటీ పెరగడం కానీ తగ్గడం కానీ జరగదు. ఎందుకని? సో ఈవెన్ దో ఇట్ అప్లైస్ సమ్ ఫోర్స్, the angle between the velocity and displacement vector and the force is equivalent to 90. On that situation, we can say that work is also zero. So let us write a small problem on the which is given in the textbook. A boy pushes a book kept on a table. A boy pushes a book which is kept on a table by applying a force of 4.5 newtons. So by applying a force, here the force is given as 4.5 newtons. So a boy is applying a force on a book which is kept on a table equivalent to 4.5 0.5 newtons. Find the work done by the force. Find the work done by the force. So, how much work is done here? We have to calculate. If the displacement of the book is 30 centimeters long, so here S is given as 30 centimeters. So, displacement of the book is 30 centimeters. So, how can we calculate it? So, we know the formula for work is W is equal to F into S. If it moves along the applying force, so we can use this formula. So, if we move the book, it also moves in the same direction, applying force. So, now we are using the Fs. So, here it is in SI system, the units of displacement is given in CGS system. So, it is given in CGS system units. So, now we can convert it into SI system, that is equivalent to 30 centimeters is equal to 1 centimeter equal to 1 by 100 meters. So, 1 meter equal to 100 centimeters. So, 30 centimeters equal to 30 by 100 is equal to 0 cancel 0.3 meters. 0.3 meters. So, now we can apply this in the given information in the formula. W is equal to F into S, 4.5 into S is 0.3. So, we can get 4.5 into 0.3, 45 into 3 is 3 5s are 15, 3 4s are 12 plus 1, 13. So, we have a decimal point, a number after decimal point. Here also we have the number after decimal point. So, we can put the decimal point before 2 digits. So, 1.35 joules. 1.35 joules. Right. So, let us see another problem. So, calculate the work done by a student. Calculate the work done by a student in lifting a 0.5 kg book from the ground and keeping it on a shelf of 1.5 meters height. So, calculate the work done by a student in lifting 0.5 kg book from the ground and keeping it on a shelf of 1.5 meters height. So, it is similar to the problem which is said in the example for work. Previously, we discussed about the same type of problem. Here, see here, example 2. So, we have given that work done by a student on lifting 0.5 kg. So, that means mass of the body is 0.5 kgs. Mass of the body is 0.5 kgs and he is keeping it on a shelf which is 1.5 meters height. That means displacement gets by the object is 1.5 meters. 1.5 meters height. So, what is work done here? So, we know that here in the problem it does not give the force directly. So, first of all we have to calculate how much force is applicable to lift up 5 kg, 0.5 kg mass of the body. So, we know that F is equal to mg to lift up a book. We already discussed about it. We can write m into g. So, 0.5 into 9.8 meter per second square. So, what is the value of 9.8 into 0.5? 98 into 5. 5 8s are 40, 5 9s are 45 plus 4, 49. Here we have a number after this decimal point and also here also we have a digit after the decimal point. Total we have 2 digits after the decimal point. So, you can put the decimal point before 2 digits. So, we can get 4.9 newtons of force. So, how much work done here? Work W is equal to F into S. So, force is 4.9 newtons into displacement here. How much displaced? 1 by 1.5 meters. 1.5. So, what is this product? 4.9 into 1.5. 49 into 15. So, 59s are, what is the value of 59s are? 135. So, 15 4s are 60. 60 plus 13 is 73. So, we have a decimal, a number, a digit after the decimal point. Here also we have the number after decimal point. So, you can put the decimal point before the 2 digits. So, 7.35 joules of work done here. So, this is about work. Now, let us understand what is energy. So, now we can discuss about energy. So, what is energy? Energy is nothing but capability of doing work. Capability of doing work. పని చేసేటువంటి చేయడానికి కావాల్సినటువంటి ఆ సామర్థ్యాన్ని మనం శక్తి అని పిలుస్తాం. సో capability of doing work is called as energy. So energy is nothing but capability of doing works. So for example, so if a fan is rotating itself in our home, so it does some work. So it pushes the air, it helps us to wind flow. So here we use the electrical energy and we are converting that electrical energy to rotate the fan, that is to mechanical energy. Right. Second one, if a car is there, so without petrol is it moves? No. Why? So if petrol burns in the engine, then only it can move. So which gives the energy to the car? Nothing but petrol. So in working of fan, which gives the energy to the fan? Nothing but electricity. So there are so many types of energies are there in our present day-to-day lives. So for example, electrical energy, wind energy, solar energy and magnetic energy, chemical energy, so many types of energies are there. So which does the work? Those are called as energy. So when I push the book, that is called as muscular energy. So by applying our muscular energy, we can push the objects. So this is about energy. So among all this energy, if I apply a force, if it gets displaced, such type of energy is called as mechanical energy. Mechanical GY, mechanical energy. So many types of energies are there. Solar energy, next electrical energy, magnetic energy, wind energy, so mechanical energy. And so on, etc. So among all this we can discuss about mechanical energy. So mechanical energy is mainly divided into 2 parts. One is kinetic energy and the another one is potential energy. So kinetic energy, simply we write it as KE, kinetic energy. Another one is potential energy. Simply you can write it as PE, potential energy. So let us do some activities to understand about the kinetic energy. See here, I have 2 sticks. So I am placing a marble here. So I can put another marble here. Is it did some work on the second marble? So if it apply the force on the first one, or if it applies the second, is the second marble displaced? No. Why? It doesn't have the energy to move the object, second object. So just I push this one, what happens? See here again. So I apply a force on the first marble, it gets moved, it is moving with some velocity. So then it pushes the second object. మొదటి ఆబ్జెక్ట్ని ఏం చేస్తే మనం కొంత బలంతో అక్కడ నెట్టాం. సో వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ అవర్ మస్కులర్ ఎనర్జీ టు మూవ్ ద ఫస్ట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్. ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్? ఇట్ మూవ్స్ విత్ సమ్ వెలాసిటీ. సో ఇట్ ఆల్సో అప్లైస్ సమ్ ఫోర్స్ ఆన్ ద సెకండ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్. So that means if it moves, then it have the capability to move the second object. So it is acquired by the energy by its velocity. So due to its velocity, if the object gets the energy, such type of energy is called as kinetic energy. So due to motion or due to velocity, if object gets the energy, such type of energy is called as kinetic energy. So due to its motion, energy acquired by the body is called kinetic energy. So that means every moving object have some energy, that energy is called as kinetic energy. Every moving object is having some energy, that energy is called as kinetic energy, right. So how can we derive the equation for kinetic energy? What is the numerical expression for kinetic energy? So the numerical expression for kinetic energy is, we know that work done is equal to F into S. Work done is equal to F into S. We already discussed about it. So from equations of motion, we know that V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. Now what is the acceleration value from this? You can write A is equal to V square minus U square by 2S. Right here we know that Newton's second law of motion, F is equal to ma. You substitute the value of ma instead of F, m into a into s. So now you can replace the value of a from this equation. You can get m into v square minus u square by 2s into s. Here s is cancelled. So 1 by 2 m into v square minus u square. So here the work done on the object is, we can calculate by 1/2 m v square minus u square. So by applying some force on the marble, I am doing some work. That means it gets the energy by applying force by our muscular energy. So that means if any object gets maximum velocity from the initial velocity is 0, so the total energy is equivalent to work done by with our muscular force here. So the work done on the object and it gets accelerated and it gets velocity from the velocity, initial velocity is 0 to the up to maximum velocity. So if u is equal to 0 to, if it gets maximum velocity v, so that is called as kinetic energy. So the energy acquired here by doing work, so that work is stands in the form of the kinetic energy in the object. So that's why it gets the velocity of v. So if initial u is equal to 0, when we apply it, if u equal to 0, half m into v square minus 0 square, that is equal to half m v square. So we can calculate the kinetic energy of the object from the formula K is equal to half mv square. So, the mathematical calculation of kinetic energy is half mv square, nothing but this energy is acquired by doing work on it. So, the units of kinetic energy also equal to the units of work. So, units for kinetic energy also having the same units of joule. So, units for energy also equivalent to joule. So, this is about kinetic energy. Let us do one simple problem on kinetic energy to understand more about the kinetic energy. Find the kinetic energy of a ball of 250 grams of mass moving at velocity of 40 centimeter per second. So, here we have to find the kinetic energy of the ball. How much kinetic energy it contains? So, here we have given the mass of the ball is 250 grams. So, 250 grams means 0. How many kgs? 250 grams means 250 by 1000, equivalent to 0.25 kgs in MK system. So, another here we have given that it is moving with a velocity of 40 centimeter per second, 40 centimeter per second. So, velocity is equal to 40 centimeter per second. So, we have to convert it in meter by second. Velocity of the object is 40 centimeter per second. So, 40 centimeter per second means for 1 meter we have how many centimeters? 100 centimeters. So, for 1 centimeter we have 1 by 100 meters. So, we can divide it with 100, 40 by 100, that is equivalent to 0.4 meter per second. 0.4 meter per second. So, now we have the kinetic energy formula K is equal to half mv square. So, 1 by 2 into mass of the body is 0.25 kg into 0.25 kgs into velocity of the body is 0.4 meter per second. So, 0.4 to 1s are to 0.2s are. So, 25 2s are 50. So, we have decimal point, 1 decimal point is here and 2 numbers after the decimal point is there. So, total we have 3 numbers after the decimal point. So, you can put the point before 3 digits 0.050 joules. So, that is equivalent to 0.05 joules of work is so, the kinetic energy of the ball is 0.05 joules, 0.05 joules, right. So, now we can discuss about potential energy. So, what is potential energy? For that we can do one activity. So, see here I have a rubber band. So, I can stretch it slightly and so this is a stick. So, now we already play the games with these rubber bands and these sticks. Just I applying a small force and stretch it lightly and leave it. When I leaving this stick, it moves only at some distance. So, that means so when we stretch more by applying more force and if I leave it, what happens? Observe. So, it moves very fastly and it gets more accelerated and it moves more distance. So, how that energy to move that stick gets that energy? Nothing but the restoring energy of the rubber band. So, stretched rubber, that means stretched rubber band also having some energy. Stretched rubber band is also having some energy. So, now we can do another activity. See here. So, I am placing a stick here, right. So, I am marking where the stick is placed. So, now I can put a bangle on it. So, now I will leave a small ball. So, if I kept the ball on the other end of this one, so just from the weight it just lifted up, it doesn't jumps. So, but I can leave this ball from some height, so the bangle lifted up. So, if I increases the height of the object, it gives the more energy to the bangle to gets up. So, that means, so it also acquired having some energy. So, that means due to the position of the object it acquires the energy. So, from due to the shape of the object or due to the position of the object or some height of the object gets the energy, such type of energy is called as potential energy. So, due to position or shape of the object, it gets some energy, that energy is called as potential energy. So, the potential energy increases with increasing the height. So, it increases with increasing the height. So, we know that W is equal to F into S. F is equal to, we know that ma into S. Here, by lifting up the object at some height, overcoming the gravity. So, here the acceleration must be replaced as g. So, mg. So, in displacement is equivalent to the height. So, S is equal to h. So, in this situation, when we lift up a object for some height, instead of a we are writing gravity, and instead of displacement we are lifting up for some height. So, we can use height of the object. So, here the energy getting by the object by lifting, by applying some, by doing some work on the object to lift up some height, ground level to the some height. So, that energy is called as potential energy. Due to height it gets energy, that energy is called as potential energy, is given by mgh. We can calculate it. Now, we can do a small problem on potential energy, which is given in the textbook. The arrow stretched by the object and also the spring which is compressed, all these are having the potential energy. So, we have given a small problem in the textbook on the potential energy. A block of 2 kg is lifted up through 2 meters. A block of 2 kg. So, here we have given the mass of the object as 2 kg and it is lifted up to 2 meters from the ground. So, here it is given as height of the object which is lifted up is 2 meters. So, calculate the potential energy of the block. So, which is given in the problem, we have to take it as G is 9.8 meter per second square. So, we know the formula for potential energy is equal to mgh. So, mass of the object is 2 kg and gravity is 9.8 and height of the object is 2 meters. So, 2 2s are 4, 4 into 9.8, 9.8 into 4, 4 8s are 32, 4 9s are 36 plus 3, 39. We have a decimal point, one digit after the decimal point, you can put a decimal point before one digit. So, we have 39.2 joules. So, the potential energy of the object is equivalent to 39.2 joules. So, this is about potential energy. So, sum of the potential energy and the kinetic energy is called as mechanical energy. So, sum of the potential energy, it is equivalent to potential energy plus kinetic energy of the object. So, if I leave a object from some height, the total energy of the object, that is the total mechanical energy, that is sum of potential energy and kinetic energy of the object wherever the object is fall down, when freely falling body having the same mechanical energy. That means, at some height the energy is stored in the form of potential energy. When we leave the object from some height, what happens? So, due to gravity it moves down to the towards the earth. So, by moving the object it gets accelerated, the velocity increases. So, that means the kinetic energy increases. When it reaches the ground, the total potential energy will be converted into a kinetic energy. During the path of the object, the total mechanical energy is constant. That means the potential sum of potential energy and kinetic energy is a constant value. So, we know that a simple pendulum, just we apply a small force on it and leave it, what happens, it just oscillated from its mean position. So, it just oscillated from its mean position. So, in this situation we have, so in this oscillation simple pendulum we have, so it just oscillated from its mean position. So, this is let us take it as point A and this is point B and this is point O. So, these two are extreme points. At these points the total energy is in the form of potential energy. So, when it moves towards the mean position, potential energy will be converted into, some of the potential energy is converted into its kinetic energy. So, here maximum potential energy will be converted into its kinetic energy, and then if it is moving towards B, again the kinetic energy will be converted into potential energy. So, here it is also displaced at some height. So, it is also having both potential energy and kinetic energy, but maximum potential energy are in the extreme points. From mean position it is having both potential and kinetic energy, but the potential energy in this place is less than the extreme points. So, wherever you take, the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy is always same, with when we assume that the restriction or friction of the air is very less. Okay students, now let us do an activity in conservation of energy. So, take a basket and pour some water in it. You can place that basket at the top of the floor or at some height on the tree. So, now leave a leveling pipe, one end of the leveling pipe in the basket, and second one you can bring out and you can stick a stand here at the ground level. Now, you can attach this second end of the leveling pipe to this stand. Now, you can place a nozzle, a small nozzle here with the help of a pen or ballpoint pen or something else, open pen. So, the water will be flows through this leveling pipe and comes out from here. So, here how the energy is conserved. So, the water which is at some height having the potential energy. So, the water is having the potential energy here. So, if it travels due to gravity, it will be moves from the height to the bottom. So, during this process it is having the velocity, so that it acquires both potential energy and kinetic energy during the path. So, at the ground level it is having the total potential energy will be converted into kinetic energy, and so due to inertia it will be goes some height and pushes and like fountain it will be comes out. So, when we place a small ball here at the nozzle of the leveling pipe, so it lifts up this ball. So, it lifts up this ball. So, due to the kinetic energy the ball will be lifted. So, it is also converted into mechanical energy. So, here the potential energy is converted into kinetic energy and the kinetic energy is converted into mechanical energy also. So, it lifts up that ball. So, we can do this activity in our science day as a project in the science day also. Next, last topic, power. So, what is the power? So, if two persons have to do the work, so both person, if I want to prepare a cupboard in my home, I can call two carpenters. So, you have to do that cupboard work, how many days you require. So, one person it takes 2 days, another person said that it takes 3 days. So, for the same work for different persons has done in different timings. So, the first person have the capability to do the work is more compared to the second person. So, for rate of doing work, so he is doing in 2 days, but the second person is doing in 3 days. So, rate of doing work is different. So, when we pour some rice on the grinder to grind it, for different grinders have different capacity. So, one grinder it takes 15 minutes, another grinder it takes 30 minutes. So, rate of doing is different for different objects. So that rate of doing work is called as power. Rate of doing work is called as power. So power P is equal to how much work done in a time. So in less time, if most work done, so it is having more power. So if the same work have to done, if it takes more time, the power of that machine is less. So we can calculate power by using the formula W by T. We know that units for work is joule and units for time is second. So units for power is joule per second. This is equivalent to watt. This is equivalent to watt. So let us do one problem, small problem for work. So a person performs 420 joules of work in 5 minutes. Calculate the power delivered by him. So a person performs 420 joules of work in 5 minutes. Calculate the power delivered by him. Here it is given how much work he is doing. W is equal to 420 joules and work in 5 minutes. So here it is given in time is 5 minutes. 5 minutes is equivalent to 5 into, for 1 minute we have 60 seconds, 5 into 60 is equal to 5 6 are 30, so 300 seconds. So in 300 seconds the work done is here 420 joule. So the power of the machine is P is equal to W by T, that is equal to 420 by 300, 0. Next 42 by 30. So 4.2 by 30, 4.2 by 3, so that is equivalent to 3 ones are 3 point, next 12, 3 fours are 12. So 1.4 watts, 1.4 watts. We can calculate the power by using the formula W by T. So units for power is watt. So watt, how can we define watt? So units for power is watt. So how can we define watt? So if 1 joule of work is done in 1 second. So if 1 joule of work is done in 1 second, so the power of that unit is equivalent to 1 watt. So if any object which done the work 1 joule in 1 second, the power of the object is 1 unit. So in for different, that means we purchase a bulb having 60 watts bulb. So there is written a 60 watts on the bulb. So that means it consumes 60 watts power, means how many? If 1 joule is consumed in 1 second, that is equivalent to 1 watt. So if 60 joules of work is done in 1 second, that is equivalent, the power of that bulb is 60 watts. We will discuss about work and energy. We have some more problems in your higher classes. We can discuss it in our higher classes. Okay, thank you one and all.
COVID-19 కారణంగా విద్యకు దూరమైన ప్రభుత్వ పాఠశాలల విద్యార్థులకు శుభవార్త. శ్రీ పొట్టి శ్రీరాములు నెల్లూరు జిల్లా కలెక్టర్ శ్రీ ఎంవి శేషగిరిబాబు గారు మరియు జిల్లా ఎస్పీ శ్రీ భాస్కర్ భూషణ్ గారి సూచనల మేరకు 8, 9వ తరగతులు చదువుతున్న విద్యార్థులకు రెమెడియల్ తరగతులను జిల్లా విద్యాశాఖాధికారి మరియు డిపిసి సమగ్ర శిక్ష శ్రీ ఎం జనార్దనాచార్యులు మరియు ఏపీసీ సమగ్ర శిక్ష డాక్టర్ వి బ్రహ్మానందరెడ్డి గార్ల పర్యవేక్షణలో ప్రతిరోజు ఉదయం 11 గంటల నుండి 12 గంటల వరకు 9వ తరగతి మరియు ప్రతిరోజు సాయంత్రం 3 గంటల నుండి 4 గంటల వరకు 8వ తరగతికి సంబంధించిన భౌతిక రసాయన శాస్త్రములలో పాఠ్యాంశాలు ప్రసారమగును. ఈ అవకాశాన్ని విద్యార్థులు సద్వినియోగపరచుకోగలరు.